It's that time again. I have another songwriting topic that I want to run you guys through, and the inspiration for this one, Mortal Kombat. I've had a little bit of an obsession with this franchise recently. Well, I guess not with the franchise, really, because I'm not really an OG fan. But yeah, ever since I checked out the movie from 2021 and being hyped for the next one that's coming out later this year, just a couple of weeks after I turned 24, I had a little bit of an obsession with Mortal Kombat recently. So I figured, let's go ahead and let's set back to music. But before we get into this, I have something that I want to get off my chest. So when I first started doing these videos where I show you guys my songwriting process, I told you guys that it would be cool for you guys to see what I'm thinking, the type of ideas that I have, but the thing is, that's not actually my main motivation for doing this in the first place. You see, the main reason that I started making these videos in the first place was because I wanted to prove that I have a legitimate songwriting process and that I do not need AI to do it in any way. You see, last year I went viral with Rivalry Ignites in a reel that was entitled "Send This to a Cars and Game Fanatic," and that was a huge moment for me, you know, the most viral moment with over 600,000 views and such. But the downside is, then people started to say that I am using AI in my songwriting process. And it's like, whoa, what? What are you seeing in my process that could make you say something like that? Like, if you ask me, do I use AI in any of my process, I would say no, frick that. That's lame. I want to do this all with pure thought. But, you know, the problem with me just saying that is, you know, I need the proof to back it up because they sounded so certain. I've seen comments like, I know AI lyrics when I see one. I can smell AI lyrics from a mile away. You cannot convince me that this is not AI lyrics. Like, I just get so confused because I don't even know what AI lyrics would even look like. But somehow, I'm writing songs that to other people is screaming AI. And I can't just like say, no, I'm not doing it like that. Because, you know, they're not gonna believe me. And it's, what's really unfortunate about this is that the songs that I have before, they're already written and they're already out. And, you know, it's not like I can just go back in time to when I would think of these certain topics and like build off of them when I'm ready to get into a deeper session later. See, that's how it used to go. I used to think of stuff and I would save some of those words onto the notes app on my phone for future reference, then build off of them later. But now I feel like I cannot do that anymore. Like, I feel like I have to now get on here, put the camera right in front of my face, and you guys can watch me a song. See, you know, I may not be able to like just take a picture of the notes app with the lyrics and show them to you guys. Some of the guys who think I'm using AI would just say, bro, you just copied and pasted from ChatGPT. No, like, come on. You see, the least I can do is place my phone right in front of me and my computer and write a song. And, you know, for the first song that I recorded my songwriting session for, Bloodshed, I used the notes app onto this Mac here, but then on Checker Flag, I got a pencil and paper because then you would see me using less of the Mac. Like, I do use Rhyme Zone for trying to find rhyme schemes, but you know, that's not AI. So I thought it would be also helpful to have a pencil and paper. And you know, bonus also, because I have a notebook for the rest of the songs that I write. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get into this. This is gonna go up on Instagram, TikTok, and other short form platform stuff. So anybody who thinks I use AI to write lyrics, just get over here to YouTube. Get over here! Sorry. Had to. Just get onto YouTube, watch till the end, and then you tell me if this still sounds like AI lyrics. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so where was I? Like I said, the inspiration for this one is Mortal Kombat, and I kind of wanted to use the analogy of like having any obstacles that may come your way in your life, in your career. Like, I wanted to use the analogy of like stepping up to the fight, you know, to overcome that challenge. It's kind of like stepping up to an opponent in Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? So, alright, first let me just show you what I've recently been working on and what I plan to write to. So that's just a preview. Then it goes into the build-up, but I'm not gonna reveal that just yet. But yeah, this is gonna be the section I plan to write to, and I've been thinking of using this as like a potential melody here, something like this. Yeah, so something like that. So let's see if I can get some words down. There are a couple that I've been thinking of. Let me see if I can actually make something happen here. Give me a second. Oh yeah, and mainly what I was thinking was like another structure where it's like hook, verse, and then the hook again. Like this first part essentially is gonna be like the intro section. And actually I think I'm gonna make this longer here. I feel like it's too short right now, and I also plan that little melody that I was humming. Something like that. I also plan on like adding like a pluck melody for that intro. So yeah, it's essentially, the hook is gonna essentially be like the same thing. So I feel like today I might just do the hook, and later on when I do more work into this track, I may make another video where I am working on the verse this time, or next time around. Alright, let's get back into this. I kind of want to, I'm thinking of challenge me at the end of this first line. Something like, na na na, challenge me. Anyone who dares challenge me. Something like that to try to work into this. But how can I find, how can I work that into the melody I had planned? Anyone who dares. Maybe I might try this. If you dare to try and challenge me. Yeah, let's try that. If you dare to try and... Give me a second. I'm gonna get some water. I feel like when I'm trying to like sing these, I'm like not too loudly, I experience a little voice crack. In 1 second, it kind of feel, it's kind of dehydration probably, I don't know. But let me get some water really quickly. All right, I'm back. Let's pick up where we left off. All right, so yeah, that's that first line. Actually, I don't think I need the two. If you dare try and challenge me, that sounds pretty concise. Well, maybe not. Maybe it works better if I put the two up. If you dare try and challenge me. Yeah, I think that's just fine. Now, all right, for the second line, I've been kind of thinking of putting destiny at the end of that one. Like, destiny. Like, you know, there's an iconic saying in Mortal Kombat. Choose your destiny. Choose your destiny. I love imitating some of those sayings. And I have the perfect voice to do it. Fatality. Let's log back in for a moment. So I'm kind of thinking of like, and you know, in the music industry, I would say my destiny is to reach a full-time career in music. And if my opponent represents an obstacle that would try to keep me from getting there, I'm not going to let that stop me. So I could say something like, well, something similar to, you will never stop me from achieving my destiny. I mean, I could work this into there. You'll never hold me back from my destiny. Or like, if you try to push me. Gosh, this is kind of hard to. It's kind of high for me as a bass too, and someone with a voice this deep. I feel like I could reword this a little bit, like have that whole destiny part as the first line, and you know that would make sense too if I'm thinking about the game Mortal Kombat, and you know, I know that the OG game, and you're like, well, I may still have to look into that, like see what, like look at the gameplay of the original Mortal Kombat. But I believe when you go into select your character in that game, the voiceover says something like, choose your destiny, something like that. So that's kind of like the start of getting into a fight. So maybe that could be the first line instead of, if you dare try and challenge me. And then the second line could say something like, I'm like, for the second line, I'm thinking of like, that could end with, you'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna try it for a moment. I'm gonna change up this first line to go like this. Try to hold me back from my destiny. All right, so after that, what else? Give me a moment, I gotta think. I'm thinking of I'm thinking of doing something like this. You will fear the fiercest dragon. You will feel the fiercest dragon far from me. I'm not sure if fiercest is actually what I was thinking of. Like, split second, that's what came across my head, but I feel like it had something else in mind before that. Or maybe ferocious. You will feel the ferocious dragon fire in. You will fear the ferocious dragon fire in me. And actually, there's a certain inspiration for that one. My favorite Mortal Kombat character so far is Liu Kang. And I remember he has the power to like the elements of fire. Like he can shoot fireballs. He has a certain fire dragon that he puts down, and like this is what I saw in the movie, and then this is what I see him do in Mortal Kombat 11. So yeah, so where he unleashes the fire dragon, and that fire dragon just chomps his opponents and it burns them, and then that fire dragon just, it disappears in a fire straight down into them, and they're burning up. Like that's what his fatal blow is in Mortal Kombat 11, and apparently his fatality in the original Mortal Kombat game. So I thought that was pretty cool to know. I first found that out when I was watching a clip with him in that fight with Cabal in that movie, and he unleashed the fire dragon and he completely burned Cabal. So that's something I remember. So that's my inspiration for this line. So let's go ahead, let's write it down. Hang on, I'm thinking, do I want to try something else? Like ignite in me. Like the fire igniting. Like that inspiration from the fire from Liu Kang is still there. But I'm thinking of something like, you fear the dragon's fire ignite in me. Yeah, you know what? I like that better. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I'd like to sing along for a moment and see how this is going for a moment. Shoot, I gotta get ready. Try to hold me back from my destiny. You will fear the dragon's fire ignite in me. Okay, so far I like what I got here. So, what else to add here for this next one? Gosh, I'm like going through so many different words in my head. I just don't know how I'm gonna work it into certain melody. I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, do I want to switch up the melody a little bit? Do I want to still stick with the whole or do I want to be a little bit different to try and lead up to the second line, which I plan to end it with closing in for the fatal blow. And by the way, fatal blow, that's what I plan to call this one. And I think that also kind of signifies that, hey, I'm a fan of Mortal Kombat, but I'm not an OG fan. Like, I don't know if you called those fatal blows back in the 90s. If you guys are OG Mortal Kombat fans, let me know. But yeah, I'm wondering, do I want to do like a I'm closing in for the fatal blow. See what I mean? All right. Alright guys, so I'm back. Sorry about that. I ran out of space on my iPhone to try to record this video. Fun fact, actually, that's a concern I had when I first started making these videos. Like, I don't think I would have enough space on my phone to try and record this. But you know, I just decided to make some tough decisions and delete a couple of things on my phone to try to clear up enough space. And then I figured later on it can just be saved into iCloud. Anyway, I have like a maximum of 2 terabytes of iCloud storage. And yeah, that's how much I have under that subscription. So anyway, just a random thought. So, all right, where was I? I was on this third line to try to end off this hook. Something like, oh right, and there was something I was thinking for this line, like something like, you underestimate my skills. And then I can rhyme that with kill. Like, of course, obviously Mortal Kombat is extremely gory, and you have all of these certain fatalities, which are ways that you can kill your opponent. And like, actually, there are a whole bunch of blows that you do during a fight that you would expect in real life to instantly kill you. And gosh, I may want to slow it down on using those terms. But yeah, so saying something like, you underestimate my skills, like maybe you're underestimating me. Like, the comparison here is how you might be underestimating me as a young, small, independent artist. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's kind of what I want the representation to be. Let's go ahead and write that down for now. Yeah, I want to work "you'll be killed" into that one. You'll be killed. You know, I'm suddenly thinking of another line. I'm thinking of a line now in the song "March of the Machine" by Riot. There is a line where the vocalist Rue says something during his midsection, like spitting bars, rap part. There's a line where he says, "You stand against me, you'll be killed." But I don't just want to replicate what I heard in previous songs into this songs, dude. That would be like plagiarizing. So I have to find a different way to work "killed" into that, or "you'll be killed," perhaps. Now I'm thinking of working something like, your blood is spilled into this rhyme here. It's interesting. I'm not needing rhyme zone yet, which is interesting. You underestimate my skills, before you know your blood is spilled. Before you know your blood is spilled is something I was thinking of, but that just doesn't make any sense to me grammatically. Like, before you know your blood is spilled. It works more if I say, before you know it, your blood is spilled. But know it, I'm not sure if I can work into the melody that I want here. This is hard, guys. Give me a minute. Alright, I think I know what I want to write down next.
Just wait until your blood is spilled.
You underestimate my skills. Just wait until your blood is spilled. I think maybe to kind of work a rhyme into Fatal Blow, like I want an O vowel right before it. And I'm thinking of, so what I'm trying to say is here is I'm thinking of like, dun 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 dun, fighter soul, I'm closing in for the fatal blow. Soul, blow. Like those those have an O vowel in there. Like soul, it kind of has an L consonant at the end of that, but you know, it's close enough. So I'm trying to think. I was thinking of something like, you'll see my gruesome warrior. You'll see my. What was I thinking of just now? Hold on. You'll see my fierce and. I'm thinking of like, you'll see my fierce and heartful fighter's soul. Like I'm way stronger than you look. I have heart. I am a real fighter. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm kind of thinking of saying with this next line here that comes right before the drop. I feel like maybe there are other words that could be used though. Fierce, heartful. I was also thinking of gruesome, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to use that. Maybe tenacious too. Like I could reword this a little and say something like, I want to use the word tenacious. I'm just not sure if I'm using it right. Give me a second. I'm gonna Google this word. Tenacity. Tenacity is the quality of being persistent, determined, refusing to give up on goals despite difficulties, obstacles, or opposition, involving strong purpose and the ability to hold fast to beliefs or actions. See, that's gotta be. That's gonna work for sure. In some way. Hold on. Okay, now I feel like warrior just sounds better than fighter. I was thinking about da da da, but I guess doing a da 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 da, having that as the rhythm for this melody, that will be fine. And I'm thinking of doing warrior soul. And so here is the line that I now want to write down. All right, let me sing this for a moment. You'll see the fierce and tenacious warrior soul. I'm closing in for the fatal blow. Hold on, let me try to figure out the melody for this one. You'll see the fierce and tenacious. Yeah, it's when I say the word tenacious, I'm kind of wondering what notes I want to use for that one. You'll see the fierce and tenacious warrior soul. Yeah, something like that. All right. So I feel like I'll decide on the verse in a later video, but for now, let's go ahead, let's sing along with this and see how I like this chorus. Are hooks and chorus the same thing? I feel like they are, right? But anyway, let's go. Try to hold me back from my destiny. You'll fear the dragon's fire igniting me. You underestimate my skills. Just wait until your blood is spilled. You'll see the fierce and tenacious warrior soul. I'm closing in for the fatal blow. that I'm closing in for the fatal blow. That's the pre-drop vocal that I plan on using there. All right, so there you guys have it. That took a lot of thinking for me to do, and I'm kind of worn out on that. So, and you know, I mean, I haven't worked on a midsection after the drop yet, and that's kind of where I like to put a verse. So I'll work on that, and then I'll continue on this song in a later video. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Like I said, it's a genuine process. It's really hard. You saw it was really hard for me to try to think of some stuff, and you know, AI wouldn't find it that hard, and yeah, that's really my main motivation, is because people think that I use AI to write lyrics, and this is to show that I don't. And you know, I just wonder how in the world could I be writing lyrics that look like AI lyrics when I'm a literal human being. I'm flesh, I'm blood, and I make all these with pure thought. And surprisingly, I did not need rhyme zone for this one. Huh. I guess this just flowed together in my head. And again, keyword head. AI does not have brains like I do. And that's for sure. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to continue on with this track. More music is coming soon, so stay tuned. Yeah.